Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another YouTube video. As today I am going to be talking about something that is kind of been on my mind for a little bit ever since like around the mid stage of Black Ops 6, along with the future of how I feel about Call of Duty in general. So welcome to a video where I'm basically just going to be yapping about how I feel about COD. Am I gonna enjoy the future games? So pretty much it's just how I feel about Call of Duty right now, and I'm not gonna lie, it's kinda like this, but so I have a couple of sticky notes here, and I'm gonna be talking about a few topics about today. And some of these topics I usually talk about is just one of those type of topics that I've always talked about in my streams, so it's kind of like kicking a dead horse. But my thoughts on my very first thing that I want to go ahead and talk to you guys about real quick is skill-based matchmaking. So when it comes to Black Ops 7, or at least Black Ops 6, I don't really have that much fun with Black Ops 6 anymore. It's just not that entertaining to me as much as like Call of Duty used to be. Like I remember when I was playing Modern Warfare 3, I would play the hell out of that. As sweaty as it was, the game was still fun. I would still have a lot of fun in that game because the game is, well, realistically, it's not as sweaty as Black Ops 6, and I took the game for granted, and I probably should have played it more and did the camo grind on that game. But along with like another game such as Black Ops 4 and Cold War, those games I ended up playing for a little while longer, and especially zombies. And the multiplayer in Cold War is a lot more toned down when it comes to staring at Modern Warfare 3 and especially Black Ops 6. And the reason why I want to talk about skill-based matchmaking is because if I am going to be buying Black Ops 7, I'm hoping that the multiplayer experience is not gonna be like Fortnite somewhat, to where I'm gonna have to, the first things first, when I hop into a game, I shouldn't have to sweat my ass off just because I'm under the algorithm to where the game is going to put me against other people around my skill set or better. And the reason why that is, it's just so unfun to me now, is because I'll go ahead and play Black Ops 6, and if you guys ever watch my TikTok streams, or if you've seen any of my YouTube streams or Twitch streams, whenever I'm playing Black Ops 6, I'll switch from multiplayer to zombies to Warzone. I'll have a grand, wonderful time, or the game immediately starts off immediately where I'm just getting absolutely decimated, or the first red flag, I call it, is I'll load into a match that's already have started, and of course, I'm on the losing team. Honestly, I feel like what Call of Duty should do is definitely tone down the skill-based matchmaking. I feel like when I'm playing something that like a video game that has a ranked game mode or a ranked playlist, and I'm not playing said ranked playlist, I feel like I shouldn't have to sweat my ass off immediately, like as if I'm gonna win some money out of it, like I'm playing like the FNCS or the World Tournament Cup or whatever the hell, or whatever's the tournaments for Call of Duty. And the reason why I say that is because when you're playing like a normal game mode, like let's say TDM, just normal core TDM, that's called a casual playlist. Believe it or not, that is called a casual playlist, and it has no bots. It should just be like the way how it used to be, where skill-based matchmaking is gonna be under ping-based, or yeah, it's what it used to be, is like based on your Wi-Fi. And it was all about getting you into a match as quickly as possible, like how it was in Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1, and I believe in Black Ops 3 as well. When it comes to Black Ops 6, it feels like whenever I hop to a game, it feels like a lose-lose situation, to where I would get into a match, I'll go ahead and play the match, and it doesn't matter if I win or if I lose, because if I win, the game's going to go ahead and think, okay, this guy did pretty well, he got a win. So let's go ahead and put him into a match with harder people. And if I lose, and I still go positive, doesn't matter if I go positive by up here or just barely, the game will still think, okay, this guy lost. but he still has, but he went positive, so therefore maybe the lobbies isn't hard enough for him. Let's go ahead and grab this little guy and put him over here, where all these other bigger sweats with mastery camos, master prestige, and high KDs and everything like that. And let's go ahead and give him a team from over here with low KDs, no mastery camos whatsoever, and just give him all those teammates just to make things a little bit harder for him. I feel like that is not fun. That is not fun at all. It's just boring and repetitive, and it's just ungod awful fun. It's just like, why the hell would I want to play a game where it just feels like I'm just going in just to know that I'm just gonna get absolutely pub stomped. Sure, you can go ahead and say that I'm just ass, but if you watch my streams, I'm decent at the game. I'm decent at the video game. Sure, I don't play as much as like all these other people do who usually just like who has all this free time to play the game all day while I have a job. But I feel like if I'm playing like a non-ranked game mode, a non-competitive playlist, I feel like I shouldn't have to sweat so hard. And one more thing I do want to talk about skill-based matchmaking, since I've been paying attention a little bit to the Black Ops 7 leaks. So they're going to be changing skill-based matchmaking, or so they say. They're going to go ahead and make it back to making it ping-based, the way how it was with Black Ops 2, as they claim. And I'll go ahead and take it with, you guys will have to take it with a grain of salt here. I personally don't believe them. I don't really think that's gonna happen. I feel like they're just saying all this just because they're kind of, Call of Duty's in a tough spot right now, as you guys would be able to know that Battlefield 6 is currently the rage right now. It is currently the new favorited FPS, as all the Call of Duty community is going over to Battlefield, and now Call of Duty is basically copying and pasting whatever Battlefield 6 is doing and with whatever they're being successful with, and trying to go ahead and change their skill-based matchmaking and their anti-cheat, which I will be talking about later on into the video. But when it comes to skill-based matchmaking, for this final thought about it, if they actually do tone down skill-based matchmaking, I have a sneaky suspicion that it will feel like I'll go up against bots or people with really low KDs, or maybe a mix of both with just like maybe one or two sweats in the lobby. I have a sneaky suspicion that it might just feel like that for a little while, and then all of a sudden, let's say after a couple of months, I start to feel the skill-based matchmaking starts to kick in, and now I'm starting to realize how sweaty the game is, and it slowly and slowly becomes repetitive all over again like Black Ops 6, and it just becomes unfun. But if they actually do tone down skill-based matchmaking and they actually do make it ping-based, I would find the game a lot more fun, and I'll most likely be playing it a lot more. And one of the things that I want to talk about next is going to go ahead and be the maps. Now, for the maps I'm going to be talking about is going to be for the multiplayer side of things. And then I'll talk about, I'll pretty much, whenever it comes to zombies, I'll go ahead and talk about all like the maps, the weapons for the zombie section, which I will talk about last, just because most of the things on my list are all kind of towards multiplayer, because as you guys know, I like to play multiplayer. I love zombies, and I also like to mix things up by playing multiplayer, and I'll switch to Warzone, zombies, and if the game is good enough, like how it was for me back in Black Ops 2, I would constantly switch from multiplayer zombies to well, back in the day, there was no Warzone, but multiplayer zombies, but nowadays we do have Battle Royale, and if the game is good enough, I'll go ahead and switch to the main three, and I'll just keep playing the game, and I'll have a lot more fun with the Call of Duty franchise again, but I have very low hopes when it comes to the game. But for the maps, please don't use AI assets. In Black Ops 6, this was just a huge giant problem when it comes to multiplayer maps, and there's only one reason why I play Nuketown, is because Nuketown is the only map that is not AI generated, because that map has been copy and pasted over and over and over again for years on different Call of Duty games. And when it comes to the original, like, let's say Black Ops 6 maps, there's like so many things I could nitpick about when it comes to the maps, especially this one map where there's like this tower where you have to go all the way up with these ridiculously long stairs. I feel like that map is 100% AI generated. Like, why the hell is this tower right over here? And why the hell is there's this big giant area that just seems like a big waste of space, and inside the building over near the spawn, why the hell? I just don't like the way how the maps are, honestly. I'm just a big hater when it comes to the Black Ops 6 maps. The only good map, I would say, in my opinion, would have to be that one map where it was first debuted, had its first debut during the beta, and once part of the map will have, like, the pool, you can go underground, you can turn off the power, or turn on the security system, and then the gates will go down, you have restricted access to how to get inside of the some of the two main buildings. Realistically, that's the only map I really did enjoy when it comes to the original Black Ops 6 maps. But other than that, most of the times I just did not like playing them, just because it's just AI generated, just AI slop. It's just, I just don't like it. It's just like there's like no thought process when it comes to it, because a lot of the maps give power to the campings, or at least to the campers, who has no skill whatsoever. And let's say there is no campers, and it's just like there's like a bunch of sweats, because again, skill-based matchmaking is extremely cranked up, extremely high. I feel like when it comes to the maps, the maps are just like not well thought out, and you can just get spawn trapped. And one of the things I will talk about, as this is like gonna be like a little bonus thing I want to talk about, is I remember when Black Ops 6 was being made and there was all these leaks and developers were talking about it, they would talk about how you're not going to go ahead and get score streak spammed. Little did they know that ended up happening anyway, because these sweats with the skill-based matchmaking cranked up so goddamn unbelievably high for Black Ops 6, you would still spawn, die from an artillery strike over and over and over that. And on top of that, there's this one random nerd who just sliding around at spawn with either the Jackal or the LC-10, and just absolutely shredding everybody that's at the spawn. And one of the things I will want to talk about when it comes to the next topic on my notepad here is multiplayer in general. So I've already talked about skill-based matchmaking for multiplayer, the maps for multiplayer. Now, multiplayer in general, the one thing I want to talk about for multiplayer is the content. Now, when it comes to the content, I want to go ahead and talk about how I kind of like the way how they did it with Modern Warfare 3 when it comes with the camos. The amount of camos that they have in there, that they did such an absolute wonderful job with these nice animated camos that you have to grind and unlock. I feel like they should go back to doing more of that, along with getting rid of gun prints and going back to selling camos. I really did enjoy, like, again, going back to Black Ops 2. You can go to the store and you can go ahead and just sit there and buy camos and sit there and have like really nice, pretty customized weapons for, let's say, maybe in the future Black Ops 7. Maybe the Black Ops 7 weapons would have this really nice like reactive element 115 camo, where anytime you would get a kill, it would just change colors, and it would still have like that element 115 little like juice texture filter or whatever that's on the gun. And I don't know, it just feels like, I feel like they would make a lot more money when it comes to in the Call of Duty shop if they go ahead and sell off camos for the specific game. Because why the hell are you selling out gun prints when it's only going to be used for one gun, and the camo is, or at least the gun print is overpriced as all hell. It's like going over to the carnival and you're just buying, like, let's say I'm buying like a cup or whatever, and this bitch right here is $11. $11 for a one-time drink, and you can't get a refill. That's how I really feel when it comes to the gun prints, because it's like you buy this fancy looking gun, right? It's this fancy blueprint. It's like what, $20, $15, and it's only for that one gun. It's only for that one weapon. And whenever you like change your like any attachments to make the weapon better, because you like the texture or the weapon skin, you slowly lose the weapon skin on the weapon. it's like, what the hell? Like, I feel like it's like there's no point when it comes to weapon blueprints. Like, what happened to the good content? I mean, and then another thing I want to talk about multiplayer is the immersion. So I know that they're acting like they learned their lesson. They were using Black Ops 6 to test the waters when it comes to goofy avatars, goofy skins like the Beavis and Butthead. And instead of fixing Black Ops 6 servers and the game itself, they decided they're gonna go double down. Or no, well, this is before Beavis and Butthead, but they decide to go ahead and be like, nah, we're just gonna go ahead and release a new like licensed contract with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I just feel like that's just this isn't Fortnite, dude. Leave that. Keep that with Roblox and Fortnite, okay? Like this is Call of Duty. Like Call of Duty is like supposed to be like rated mature for adults, and it's just like, why are we turning Call of Duty into Fortnite? We already got the Battle Pass virus on there. We already got the Battle Royale epidemic, and we already have now we got freaking cartoon anime skins onto Call of Duty. It's like, what the hell is going on? And so that is pretty much it for the multiplayer like content section. And the last thing, well, actually no, that's not the last thing, but another thing on my list here I want to go ahead and talk to you guys about as well are the weapons. Now, for the weapons here, I just want to go ahead. It's pretty plain and simple. This is one thing I did notice immediately when it comes to playing the beta. Like, as everybody else noticed, whoever played the beta, and just playing Black Ops 6 multiplayer in general, is like, I feel like the weapons shouldn't have like an obvious like strength difference when it comes to all the other guns. Because one of my favorite things about playing multiplayer, at least back in the day, hold on, let me go ahead and get a drink, editor Carlos. But yeah, as I was saying, one of my favorite things when it comes to weapons in multiplayer, or at least playing multiplayer, is just the freedom and the amount of like basically toys I will have when it comes to playing multiplayer. And it's like where I can just pretty much pick a gun, grind it out, get the attachments for it, and make the weapon feel like it's good, rather than just go ahead and just picking a random gun and making it like a, let's say, the STG build, make the gun look like the STG and run it, just for me to get outmatched by some random kid using an obvious meta SMG, either the Jackal or the LC-10. And it's just so boring, especially when I'm going into a match and I'm playing multiplayer. I don't know if anybody else does this. I highly doubt it, but I'm pretty sure I'm one of the only like 1% who does this, where I'm playing the game and I look at the kill feed, I pay attention to the kill feed, and all I see is LC-10, 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 Jackal, LC-10, 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 Jackal. It's extremely boring knowing that like majority or 90% of the lobby is using the same weapon, just different like gun prints, weapon mastery camos, or just camos in general along with attachments, or even the same attachments. It's just so boring just to see like going into a game and you're just seeing everyone just using the same weapon just because, oh, the weapon is the current top meta, it's the strongest weapon at the moment. It's just so boring when it comes to seeing that, just because there's just no I'm trying to think of a word here. I don't think it's diversity, but there's just no like, yeah, I think it's diversity. There's just no diversity or creativity when it comes to playing multiplayer now, because all it is just you look at the patch notes, or you just see, or you test out the weapon and immediately figuring out, oh, this is the gun, this is the one, this is the only, and everyone just runs that. Like, I get that there's a lot of people who likes to be competitive, they always want to win, and they always like they're of course they're just gonna go ahead and immediately cater to the whatever's the meta weapon. I just feel like that shouldn't just be a thing. That just should not be a thing. It's like, you have all these other weapons, like let's say there's like 50 plus weapons, but then there's only like 3 guns in a game that's top notch, and everyone's using said top 3 weapons. And I just feel like, why the hell are these other weapons in the game if no one else is going to use them because everyone's using the main weapon, right? And one thing I will also talk about when it comes to the weapons is the riot shield. Now, riot shield, either if you're gonna have the riot shields in the game, and this is not in Black Ops 6, by the way. This is just like what happened to the riot shields in Modern Warfare 3. Because I'm gonna go ahead and go back to Black Ops 2 one more time, and this isn't gonna be the last time because there's also there's gonna be stuff I'm gonna be talking about zombies when it comes to comparing from the old zombies to the new zombies. That, again, another dead horse that I'm going to be kicking at here. When it comes to the riot shields, I don't know what the hell happened. I get that the point of the riot shield is to protect you from bullets, but I feel like the way how they did it with Black Ops 2 is perfect, just because, yes, most of the times you won't get killed whenever you're using a riot shield, and people are spraying at you, but you still take tiny little chip damage, and if they spray you enough, you could end up getting red screened, and then you'll have to make the decision to either keep blocking or fight back or run away. It's like, and now in like Modern Warfare 3, the riot shields just became completely brain dead, and it just killed like the absolute like way how people play with in multiplayer. Because, like, let's say I know a lot of people in the multiplayer community usually play search and destroy. I'll go ahead and use this as an example. Like, let's say you're beating them, or at least you join into a match, it's like a stalemate, and then all of a sudden you become more dominant than them, and they lose like 1 or 2 rounds. Immediately the whole entire enemy team, they switch over to a riot shield and shotguns, or whatever the hell is cheesy, or whatever's meta. Riot shield and meta or shotguns immediately. And then I guess they start, and then and now you're on the winning side. Now you're immediately on the losing side, unless you step up to their level and or stoop down to their level, I should say, and just use riot shields or whatever is cheesy. It's just like, what the hell? Why do you need to like make that so OP? Personally, I just don't want riot shields in the next game. I don't know if that's gonna, I don't know if riot shields are gonna be in the game at all. But from what I've seen, I did see in the campaign reveal, there's this weird hologram shield, riot shield that they're running around with, or at least the NPCs anyway. Which does worry me. And if they're gonna add that weird hologram riot shield thing, please don't give it the bullshit just because it's futuristic. It's gonna like completely protect you from bullets or whatever. Because at least balance it out to where you're just not where you're just like not unstoppable, like where you're just like unkillable when using the riot shields. It's absolutely ridiculous. And one of the things I will talk about, one more thing about the multiplayer weapon side, is the shotguns. Now, normally, of course, just like with me and a whole bunch of other people, I do not like, I will call you ass if I get killed by you and you're using like an automatic shotgun. But please do not repeat MW3. And they are well aware of that problem, because they ended up giving MW3 like a final update just for shits and giggles and finally nerfed the reclaimers. Please do not recreate the reclaimer problem where for some odd reason you could just like quickly whip out the shotgun with ungodly speed, immediately shoot, and it's just like a one-tap kill, like where it's just completely brain dead to use. And since riot shields might be in the game, that would just be a Modern Warfare 3 all over again. And like, at least make the shotguns somewhat like Battlefield 6, to where it does more damage up close. And let's say I'm right here, my opponent is at that wall over there, or maybe a little bit further, and I shoot them with the shotgun, and it shouldn't be a one-tap kill. I feel like that should either take away 80% of their health or make them red screen. But other than that, that's pretty much it for the multiplayer weapon side of things. I kind of do hope that, like, when it comes to, I highly doubt it though, because because Call of Duty, they just do whatever the hell they want now. They don't really listen much to the community anymore. The only time they really listen to the community is whenever they're really in deep shit, like really, really in deep shit, and they become desperate. But right now, they're just copying Battlefield 6 just because Battlefield 6 is all the rage right now, and Battlefield 6 might kill Call of Duty if they goof things up again in Black Ops, in the next upcoming game, Black Ops 7. And the next thing on my list I want to go ahead and talk about is texture streaming. And now, for texture streaming, this is, I don't know why I have this on the list as well, because it's basically the same exact thing I'm about to talk about here, which is storage. I feel like we don't really need texture streaming to make the game pretty. Like, it's crazy to me that, like, in Battlefield 6, comparing Battlefield 6 and Black Ops 6, I feel like Battlefield 6 is at least more prettier than Call of Duty, just by a little bit. Because just the way how it looks. Actually, no, that makes no sense, but I feel like Battlefield 6 looks more prettier than Black Ops 6 with lower storage. Mind you, it is the beta. I don't have access to the full game, but only 30 gigabytes for pretty much almost the full product? It's like, why the hell do I need Call of Duty? Like, why the hell do I need at least 250 gigabytes just to play the damn game? It's like Battlefield 6 is doing, like, everything that pretty much all of us, like, Call of Duty, like, fans wants Activision, Treyarch, or Sledgehammer for their games to make this move. It's like, why do I need to download at least 300 gigabytes of storage just to play one singular video game? Like, yes, you can make the argument to where it's like, oh, well, you gotta lose Call of Duty it's Call of Duty headquarters, Warzone, multiplayer zombies. It's like, I don't give a fuck. Battlefield 6 has, like, all these really huge maps, and compared to Call of Duty, and all these, like, really sick mechanics, like building destruction, all these players that are gonna be on the map, and with all these high, all these, was it, like, the texture quality, along with, like, the graphics. It's like, how the fuck does Battlefield 6 with 30 gigabytes looks better than Call of Duty that needs texture streaming for 300 gigabytes for one game? And let's say we get rid of Warzone, and that's pretty much it. That's still at least 250 gigabytes of storage to play one video game. That's absolutely insane. You don't need texture streaming to make the game pretty. It's absolutely horrendous, the amount of storage I have to save up. Like, in order for me to make sure that I can download Black Ops 7 this year, I would have to delete 2 games. Cold War and Modern Warfare 3. That's 2 big games on my PC. It is absolutely horrendous with the amount of storage that you need to install when it comes to Call of Duty, and that's pretty much it when it comes to the storage and the texture streaming part. And now here's the last thing for the multiplayer side of things before we go ahead and go into the zombies category, and that is the anti-cheat. When it comes to the anti-cheat, I know Black Ops 7 is going to be changing up their anti-cheat and they're still using Ricochet, and they're going to be changing it up to where you're going to have to go into your BIOS menu. If you're on PC, you got to go into your BIOS menu, and you got to go ahead and turn on the 2 things and to upgrade their anti-cheat to stop the hackers. Now, if they upgrade their Ricochet and make the anti-cheat actually work and make less cheaters be able to hack into the game, or at least make it, well, I highly doubt it, or make it to where they can't get into the game at all or at least make it incredibly difficult for the hackers to hack the game and have them like a extremely high risk of them getting banned or getting caught cheating using their software on the game, That would be amazing. That would be great. That would make me play the game a bit more when it comes to the game's end cycle. Because, again, Black Ops 7 is going to have zombies, and if the anti-cheat is strong, people are still going to be playing it on multiplayer. And if the multiplayer is good, if I find multiplayer fun, I would still play the game after its end cycle, and I would sit there and just play it casually and just like continue playing it if I really like the video game, because I'm pretty simple. If I like the game, I'll keep playing it, just like how I still play Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3 to this very day, along with Cold War every now and then, I suppose. But doesn't mean that Cold War had a really good anti-cheat. There's cheaters on there. There is cheaters on there. But it would be great if they do if they really do upgrade their game when it comes to the anti-cheat, and it would keep the game more alive, and it would make it more worth it to play the game after its end cycle and maybe buy whatever's in the fucking Call of Duty shop. Because let's be real here, they talk about like the immersity or keeping the game immersive, because again, they're using Black Ops 6. Their excuse is they're using Black Ops 6 as a test run for skins, but I highly doubt it. By the end of Black Ops 7's life cycle, we're gonna have some sort of goofy e-girl, e-boy dating skin or cat girl skins or whatever the fuck into the Call of Duty shop. Because I mean, we had a couple of those in Modern Warfare 3, and we also had a couple of furry skins when it comes to Modern Warfare 3. And if you know the skins that I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. We got that weird protogen white looking guy. And I'm also going to count this one just because, well, I mean, it's pretty popular in the furry community. The Anubis skin that I usually rock a lot in the Warzone. And then in Black Ops 6, we got... actually, I don't even think there's that many furry skins on Black Ops 6. But in Black Ops 6, we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Beavis and Butthead. I almost said Family Guy, but American Dad, which absolutely looked horrendous in Call of Duty. I'm pretty sure by the end of the Black Ops 7's life cycle, we're gonna have some weird, goofy, shitty skin that's in there in the shop that will break the immersive feeling for Black Ops 7, quote unquote, that they claim that they're gonna keep. And so that is going to be it for the multiplayer side of things. I'm not really going to talk too much about Warzone at all in this video, just because Warzone is just going to be Warzone. Warzone is literally, like, I feel like Warzone is just is fine the way it is. The only thing I would change about Warzone is obviously the anti-cheat and get rid of the hackers on there. Because I did do a private recording session to where I was just playing Warzone, and I don't know if you guys are gonna see here, I get killed by this one guy. I look at the kill cam, the dude chased me on the parachute and literally gunned me down and and just looked at me through the fucking walls. Mind you, the door was closed. There's like the wall, there's these walls right here in the building. The door was closed. He chases me. I go around the side and I run around in the building. Mind you, I'm doing my own thing, so I'm already like running around, so you shouldn't know exactly where I am at this point, because mind you, he's still behind me. He's just arrived in the building that I already ran inside of on the other side of the building. And I look at the kill cam. He literally looks at me through the wall, goes inside the window I ran through, and beams and guns and pre-fires and guns me down. It's like my first cheater in a hot minute, or at least I feel like I might have went up against a lot of cheaters. I don't know. It's really bad to the point where you don't even know if the person is cheating or not when it comes to whenever you get killed in Warzone, which is absolutely unfortunate and horrendous to say that, because it's like once you find an indefinite cheater, then it's like, what the fuck? Maybe why did I get queued up in this game? Or if you get killed by somebody who seems extremely sweaty or just absolutely beams the fuck out of you, it's sometimes hard to tell if people are cheating or not because they can easily hide it. But that's pretty much the only thing I'll pretty much just say about Warzone. So now let's go ahead into the thing that I'm most passionate about when it comes to Call of Duty throughout the years, and that is zombies. So for the zombies, I'll go ahead and look through my notes, and I'm gonna go ahead and use a couple of use some of the same categories for zombies and talk about them for the zombies category. and one of them is gonna have to be maps. So obviously, this is gonna be coming up for me when it comes to maps. And one thing I would wish to change heavily for zombies, especially for modern zombies, is I wish there was more creativity when it comes to the game. Mind you, yes, they still use some of their creativity for the maps. They believe that they're using, was it like, I do believe that they try to be creative with the maps for the modern zombies, but when it comes to the grand scheme of things, I'm getting really sick and tired of this formula that they have going on for the modern zombies, to where it's like military facility, now you gotta go to the next military facility, then you gotta go to the next military facility. Oh, now there's this mansion, but also there's a military facility underground, then we gotta go to this castle thing with the swords. But of course, secret military facility, or actually no, I don't think there was a military facility. Is there? No, it was not. It was just a castle. That was probably the Sedel Nemor is probably like the only good map on there that I enjoyed playing, that's actually immersive to the map, or at least feels different compared to the other maps, along with the starter map. But I wish they would absolutely stop with the military facility type maps, as it gets extremely boring. And the reason why I never made a YouTube video when it comes to The Reckoning, the current Black Ops 6 Zombies map, because my friend, I got tagged by my friend on Discord to make a video, that they wanted me to record a video about it. And this is a quick message for him, and to all of you guys, that I most likely will not be recording The Reckoning as a, like, my own, like, recording my own reaction to it, because it's just a flat out military facility, man. It's just like, it's just so boring, dude. Like, you go into a map, you go into the map, there's 2 towers, right? That we got, like, you have that little portal that you have to go through 2 portals that'll lead you into the Pack-a-Punch room. The Pack-a-Punch room has like this anti-gravity room, and it's like everything looks metal, same color, just so boring. It's just, I'm just getting sick and tired of the military facilities, man. It's just like so boring. Like, I mean, it was kind of cool when it comes to Black Ops 2 with Transit. As you guys would know, Transit's my favorite map, and you can go to town, the barn, diner, and then the spawn area, which is the gas station, and in the town there's like the secret military facility. That was pretty cool. I would still say that that thing was pretty cool. There's a secret military, like, lab testing grounds underground of town. I feel like that was pretty cool. But when it comes to Black Ops 6, it's like they overuse the military facility too much, and I feel like that makes it super lazy when it comes to the Call of Duty Zombies storyline. Because, I mean, of course you got Richtofen, like, wanting to, like, save his family or whatever, but when it comes to the characters, or at least the operators for zombies, it's like, okay, alright, we beat the Easter egg on this map. Alright, so, next up on our list is we gotta grab this item at this location. Where's that at, sir? A military campground. Okay, we beat this one. Where do we gotta go next? We gotta go to the military biolabs. It's like, it's just so boring, dude. It's just like, it's so dumb. I did miss it to where it's kind of goofy, where it's like Black Ops 3, where it's kind of like you don't even know what the next map is gonna be because of how vastly, like, how different each map was. Shadows of Evil, then there's the Giants, and then there's the Razendrak, and then there's Zetsubo no Shima, and then there's Grad Kurovi, and then there's Revelations. I feel like that's what zombies should be. That should be like the actual zombies, like, identity, rather than just going facility, campgrounds, biolab, facility. It's just extremely boring, but that's gonna be it for the map. So let's go ahead and move on to the next topic, which is going to be the wonder weapons. Now, for the wonder weapon side of things for Call of Duty Zombies, I have mixed feelings, because I don't really care when they reuse like specific wonder weapons, like the Wonder Waff, just because that's my personal favorite, like, wonder weapon. I think the Wonder Waff is pretty cool. But for the sake of content things for Black Ops 7, I feel like they should make more unique wonder weapons, and just, like, actually make them good, because I heard that on The Reckoning they have like this weird futuristic pistol thing, but it's completely dog shit. And reusing the wonder weapons like the ray gun. Well, I mean the ray gun's a standard staple, so I'll give the ray gun aside. But the ray gun Mark II, I feel like the ray gun Mark II for called modern Call of Duty Zombies should just be a modern thing, alongside with the ray gun at this point, because like Black Ops 2, that's where the game came from. That wonder weapon was unique, but then after that, it's like, oh yeah, you can get the wonder weapon, you can get the ray gun. We introduced ray gun Mark II. Now it's gonna be on all the other maps. Why can't that just be the main default? Why can't they just make that just the default for modern zombies at this point? And making like the wonder weapons, I feel like they should like, I don't know, they just need to make more wonder weapons, make it good, and rather than just reusing the same old wonder weapons or remastering them like how they did with the jet gun, I feel like they could have just like make a whole entire different wonder weapon for that as like the introduction to Black Ops 6. Like maybe there's like this weird little like, I don't know, they got the swords in, maybe we can get, and they got the scythe in Black Cold War, maybe we could just get something like, I don't know, like a fucking I don't know, since like it's everything is tied to the dark ether, maybe you can get like an aura wonder weapon. Maybe you learn some aura type moves or something like that. Not like you're gonna do like fucking whole ass Kamehameha to the zombies, but like maybe like you could just like, I don't know, push your hand out and it just like kind of like acts like the thunder gun or something stupid like that. I don't fucking know, but or at least like give us like some new like scientific weapon that like maybe a scientist was cooking up at that area for what's that map called, Liberty Falls. Maybe there was a scientist that was cooking up a new wonder weapon to combat the undead, and it's like maybe like something like unique, like how there was the ray gun Mark IIIs where it's like two pistols and they both do different things. Maybe they could like do something like with a, well, I mean at this point you can just have like the fucking assault rifle like fully automatic ray gun or something crazy like that. Like I don't know, like be more creative when it comes to the wonder weapons. That would be so sick, and make it like make sense to the map rather than just like reusing like something just for nostalgia bait, like the ice staff with the tomb. Like originally the tomb was supposed to be Origins 2.0 for crying out loud, which is why the ice staff was made, but then they scrapped the idea and made it into the tomb, and they didn't bring out the other staffs because of that. It's fucking insane. And the next thing I want to talk about when it comes to zombies is just since the old point system, the old like system of zombies is most likely never coming back. I feel like what they should do for zombies, just to make it a little bit harder, instead of just like holding your hand the whole entire way, is like, I really don't like the ammo caches when it comes to zombies. Like it just kind of makes it boring. Like, I mean, why is zombies like so like handholdy and so like catering to camo grinding at this point, when zombies should still be a like chaotic game mode that you should just play for fun and has replayability and all that. And I just don't really like the way how the point system is, just because, well, I feel like at this point, if you gotta kill the zombie to get points rather than shooting at the zombie and getting points that way, I feel like you should just get more points anyway. And the salvage system could probably go, honestly, in my opinion, because why should I sit there and grind salvage when that shit is just gonna go away immediately on one weapon, then I have to spend another 40 minutes grinding the salvage just to fully upgrade my second gun if I were to just switch weapons from the mystery box and just to continue the high round or camo grind. I feel like and another thing, that reason why I feel like ammo caches should go as well along with salvage, is because it kind of kills the mystery box and it kills the pack-a-punch. Now, the reason why I feel like salvage needs to go, because, well, it will kill the mystery box, is because you spend all this time upgrading this one weapon, you don't want to get rid of it. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck struggling, and you're already on a very high round to where the zombies are already tough to kill, and the game is basically kind of soft spamming you bosses to where you need your strong gun to quickly melt down the boss zombie. I feel like the salvage system could just go. I feel like that it's just unneeded, honestly. And get rid of the score streaks, get rid of the uh, get rid of the overpowered shit that basically gives you a get out of free jail card. I feel like zombies should still be like a fun chaotic game mode, but still challenging in some aspects. And then when it comes to the ammo caches, you're like, there's just no like I remember when I was playing Black Ops 2, I would sit there, or at least Black Ops 3, or any Call of Duty, except for anywhere that's below Cold War. I would run out of ammo. You would run into a situation to where you run out of ammo. You gotta be smart with your ammo. And I would sit there and cycle through the box. And but not anymore, when I could just sit there and spend, like, let's say, like $3,000 just to refill my ammo immediately, including the clip. It's like, it's just, I feel like that's just like so boring, dude. It's like there's no like, there's like, I just don't like the way how they did Modern Zombies. And I felt like they just made it like, I don't know, it's just so unfun when in Black Ops 6. Like at first it was fun, now it's just super boring with all these extra things that's in the game. And one thing I would also change too when it comes to zombies, when it comes to hopefully for modern zombies, is I feel like they should use more unique boss zombies. One of the things that mainly turned me off of Black Ops 6 Zombies is the fact that they keep reusing the Abomination, the Parasites. At first it was the Manglers, and they said we won't do that ever again. They do it again with the Parasites and the Abominations. It makes the game so boring, dude. Like, I feel like Black Ops 6 in general is just a boring game to play. When it comes to multiplayer, when it comes to zombies, Warzone, it's its own thing, but when it comes to like this, like special zombies, I really did liked how in, I think it was Shattered Vale, where you go through the mansion map, and the special round is you go up against like these green guys that runs up to you, and you kill them. The second you kill them, they explode. Not only that they do explosive damage, they leave acid, like a pool of acid where they died on the ground. That was really cool. I really did like the fact that they actually added a new zombie type. I feel like they should have just kept adding new zombie types rather than just reusing the same, like their same boss monster or same zombie special type for a majority of the maps. And one thing to counter that, and I'm pretty sure it would be a good change for all of us, is taking your time with the DLCs. I get that you need to make money, but you are a multi-billion-dollar company, and I feel like you're not in that desperate situation to where you need all that money just to thrive. You already have a giant community, and I don't think Call of Duty is gonna die for a hot minute unless they extremely goof up this game right here. Since people are still gonna buy the bundles, people are still gonna waste COD points in their credit cards to buy the skins. They're still gonna buy the game regardless, and it's just the Call of Duty cycle is just gonna continue repeating over and over and over again. And I feel like you could at least give time to the game to make it finished, optimized, and fleshed out. And rather than just like taking shortcuts and just like reusing the same assets, reusing the same mechanics, and not even taking time to polish up the game or DLC before you guys release it. It's like we could wait an extra month or 2 or 3 if have to, or if need be, for a DLC to come out. I mean, we already got the game out. People are still gonna play it regardless if they're gonna complain about content or complain how boring the game is. Like, the hype will still be there if they actually flesh out the game. Like, another thing that I would also talk about when it comes to Black Ops 6 is they really had no excuse to goof up the game. Like, you guys had like 4 years, 4 whole stinking years, and it's extremely evident that they did not utilize all 4 years to polish the game test the game, and make sure everything's fleshed out, and making sure everything is top notch, especially all the glitches and shit, and making sure that the game is in perfect condition to where you would have less problems. I feel like instead of just rushing things, I feel like we as a community could wait until the game comes out. I mean, look at the Borderlands community, for crying out loud. Borderlands. They take years and they don't give a shit about uploading to the next year to stay relevant. Borderlands is a good example of that. Yes, Borderlands 3 was sort of buggy and it had like a kind of like a messy like startup, but over time, as DLCs come out, they fleshed out their game, and now the game is pretty good, or at least decent. But the story, though, could be a whole different topic. But now we got Borderlands 4 coming up, and the hype is actually slowly starting to arise. And then we got Battlefield 6. They're still relevant because they actually make good products. They actually make good finished products, and it's like Call of Duty is basically like that one lazy like worker in fast food restaurants where they get the order and they do the standard, but then when the customer asks for like a specific thing for their combo meal, they don't even include that because they're just shortcutting the order just so they can get that out of the way and get and move on to the next order, aka the next Call of Duty game. It's just absolutely laziness, and you guys had no excuse for goofing up Black Ops 6 as badly as they did. I will not lie that Black Ops 6 had a really nice start for the launch, but over time Black Ops 6 has just become a sad show of a Call of Duty game for a multi-billion-dollar company. So, and this is the final thing I will be talking about when it comes to Call of Duty in general for me. Now, this is just how I feel about it. So what am I gonna do for Black Ops 7 is I'll lurk it for a bit, see if the game's good enough for my standards before I decide to buy it and download it. And if Black Ops 7 goofs up, I'm done with Call of Duty. I'm not going to buy any more Call of Duty modern games. This is their last chance for me, especially since there's not going to be zombies for a while now. Since there's going to be no zombies for potentially years until the next round-based zombies, until they decide to make round-based zombies again. And since this is the last game, potentially, for round-based zombies, this is also going to be my last point for Call of Duty. And depending on how Black Ops 7 delivers, I will most likely quit playing Call of Duty and just stick to the old games like Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3 and just delete all the other modern COD games and never touch them again. And just play other games such as Fortnite, maybe Warzone if Warzone is still fun. And mind you, when it comes to Warzone, I'm not gonna buy any other Call of Duty games just to grind out the weapons. I'm just gonna do it the hard way. Just grind out the weapons by grabbing them in Warzone and then slowly grind to build my classes. I feel like that would be a fun idea for me. And I'll be playing other games such as The Walking Dead, 7 Days to Die, Minecraft, and whatever comes out that's better than Call of Duty, or whatever's a better option than Call of Duty. Because I feel like I've given a chance with Call of Duty for years, long enough to know that I'm getting sick of it. I'm getting really bored. I'm getting really tired of just seeing Call of Duty just become this lazy slop, this lazy, embarrassing company to where they're dishing out shitty games. With Modern Warfare 3 being an exception, because I feel like Modern Warfare 3 was an actual good game. I don't know. I'm just getting sick and tired of just seeing the same shit, expecting the same shit just for the same shit to come in. It's just bad. And I just feel like at this point, I think I should probably put the controller down and stop playing Call of Duty, or at least the modern games anyway, and just move on to different games. Not as a whole, because I'm still going to be playing, again, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, since that's my childhood game, my favorite games for a long time. I still enjoy playing the zombies over there. But as a whole, for modern Call of Duty, especially for modern zombies, depending on how Black Ops 7 is going to deliver, I will quit playing the modern Call of Duty and move on to other games. But other than that, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the end of my rant slash ramble about Call of Duty and how I feel about it, and my little wish list for Black Ops 7, and potentially my last wish list for a Call of Duty game ever. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This is Omelet Night. If you guys enjoyed this, the video, drop a like. It helps me with the algorithm. And also, if you're new here and you want to see some more content, or if you just like my vibe, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'm on the grind to 1,000 subscribers, and that's pretty much it. Alright, see ya.